As you stay in business for year after year, there's one thing that's going to be certain. There's going to be some tough times come along, and there's going to be some big decisions to make, and there'll be some big risks to take. And we need the courage and the intestinal fortitude to go forward with that, because the only other option is to throw your hands up and give up, and we don't want to go there. So tonight's lesson is coming to you from a old fella that's been doing it for 66 years, and I'll tell you right now, there will be some bumpy roads ahead, but by golly, with a lot of patience, courage, you can see it through. And tonight's lesson is helping you fill your tool belt up with tools to help you see it through those times and give you some insight as to maybe how those folks that have made it for decades and decades, what tools they've used, and now you're going to have them as well. And I'm certainly glad to share them with you. I'm Steve Carver talking to you from Dunn, North Carolina. My presentation, number 1225. Thank you for joining me on my journey and let me join in you on your entrepreneur journey. I'm not a lawyer or an accountant, just a fellow that's been around for 66 continuous years and counting, enjoying lots more years, hopefully, doing business with folks right here in my community, right here in our region, and all over the country. It's just a pleasure to have the privilege to work with you. Good place to get good advice. And it's a good thing to go get some second and third opinions when you got tough decisions in front of you. As your small business center closest to you. We're sponsored tonight by the one in Bladen County, North Carolina. And the director there is Terry Dennison, a wonderful director doing all she can to help entrepreneurs in her area. And let me encourage you to be in touch with Terry to help you with anything that you need to help your small business go and grow. Just a wonderful individual who's looking forward to working with you. I am keeping up with attendance, and we've got just a really great team of folks that have been in perfect attendance, either on our Tuesday or Thursday night series. So we don't have a lot of certificates to mail out, and looking forward to doing it. So y'all keep attending. Many of you have already attended enough to earn your first certificate. Now, if you'll do some homework and things, you can become members of the Academy and move forward. As usual, you've been emailed a large group of study guides. The study guide for tonight is number 1225. Is a long one. There's a lot of information in it, and I did that for a purpose. This is one that I'd really appreciate it, and I think you'll appreciate if you keep, because it's packed with a lot of information about the whole series tonight. And I know that you will refer back to it from time to time through the years to give you some good insight as you're facing maybe some tough decisions. We've had great attendance. Tina Crumpton from Deep Run has been attending with us, so we're glad to have Tina on board. Kaya in Clinton and Kenansville has got her cleaning business up and running, and she's been attending with us. She's doing a really good job with her marketing on Facebook and otherwise, but she kind of slacked off a little bit, and she said to me the other day that she wanted to get it restarted. Let's take a notice now on her Facebook presentation. She has 47 followers. I'd really like to see that be 5,047. I know what a great difference it can make. And she has done a good job with getting followers on her personal page. And so she's got a lot to work from there. If she'll start putting some leads on that personal page and referring them over to her business page, she'll start doing more business with that. So just a tip to help get more business going on. I'm proud of her for doing some good marketing and good imaging on Facebook. If she'll get that out to a lot of people, I'm sure she'll start getting more business. And congratulate her also for having a menu of services. This is really important that you let the people know the different types of services or products that you can offer to them. It just go a long, long way to do that. She does a great job with putting her before and after pictures in her cleaning business, showing people what she's up to. Tiffany Gilbert in Raleigh was joining us a time or two. Maybe she'll be back, as well as Sharon Dodson in Warsaw. Looking forward to seeing all of these folks come back. having some communications with Miranda in Charlotte. Really proud of her for having over 2,000 followers. Miranda is a songwriter and promoting her business through social media and otherwise. And I'm looking forward to hearing some good news and big news from her with her songwriting business, and certainly wish her the very best. She already is putting a good job out on with her Paragon Film Music is her marketing platform, doing a lot of work for a lot of folks, and so proud of you doing that. Cassandra Shepard in Winston-Salem joined us a time or two. Tony Bennett in Greensboro, who's got a really fantastic looking website and business getting started. Hope to hear more from Tony so we can help her promote her business, as well as Jennifer in Winston-Salem with Framework Designs, where she is really active online, and hopefully we'll have a lot of business going on. Edna Jackson in Tarboro is one of our Academy Master Associates after completing several courses along the way, and Edna's been very loyal and working hard to help everyone that she can. Kahara and Concord with her beauty salon is doing a fantastic job getting new images out, marketing her products, just doing a good job. And congratulations to Katara for 2,500 followers at Facebook. She needs to be more active on that to get more people following her to generate more business. So the point is I'm trying to make is do a good job with your website presentations or with your internet presentations. That's important, but that's just the beginning. Getting the information online is good, but we got to get the folks seeing it. We got to get them coming to see you, learning how to encourage people to do it. So with this group that we have this fall, I'm seeing great images and website information, but not the expertise to get people to how to find you, how to come and visit. In our January and February courses that we'll be doing, we'll focus more on the SEO practices and how to help customers find you and get into detail with it, which I think will help these folks that are doing this. Z Coy today, I had an opportunity to actually meet her, so I'll mention that in just a few minutes. She and I had a chance to shake her hand and congratulate her today with 3,400 followers, and just an amazing lady, and got to meet her and her husband today. We'll talk about that in just a few seconds. Santa James is new in the business, trying to get her headhunter platform up and running to help people find vocations and work and new assignments. And Ms. Sita is well-educated and doing a professional job. She's trying to do most of the work herself online, getting her recruiting business up and going, and she's been real loyal to the Academy, so thank you for coming on board. Johanna in Mooresville is working online with her Clits by Design, and I'm just so happy to see her working. And Johanna, I'm congratulating because she is really into seasonal marketing, and all of us need to see how we can use the seasonal excitement to incite people about doing business with us. So it can be a major marketing tool. I know that when we first, in my businesses through the years, when we first started kind of tuning into the seasons, I could see an instant change, instant improvement year to year by involving our business more in seasonal type marketing, because it is just the way it is. People in the seasons get in the mood to spend some money, and if you're there showing you're in the same wavelength, they'll come and see you. Carolyn in Graham is starting her Trinity's Women Physical Health and Wellness. I'm sure she's going to do really well. She's a seasoned professional and working hard to get her business up and running, and we want to help her as well. Nikki in Tarboro is just an amazing young lady, cooking in her own kitchen, selling sweets to folks that come by and pick them up. I'm just impressed with how many videos she's putting out. Every day there's a new video at her Facebook page. I want to encourage y'all to visit there and watch Nikki grow. I've been sending her some tips and suggestions that she might take under consideration to help her in her business, and I think she's going to do really, really well. And our main most roofing contractor in Charlotte, North Carolina, Sonia Roberts, is with us tonight. Hey, Sonia, thank you for your regular attendance and all your support and good words. She Roofing Contractors is ready to move forward into the future with great new businesses for everybody. And Sonia, thank you for your continued attendance and Academy membership as an advanced associate. And here's Becca. Good to have you with us tonight. Becca is starting her business in a big way. She's working as hard as she can to move forward with it. And I had the pleasure to meet with Becca today and got a picture to prove it here in just a minute. Sherry and Sherry McQuarrie in Charlotte is a new writer, an aspiring author, and I think she's ready to now move to publishing her book. I believe it's pretty well wrapped up. I don't know if it's been fully proofed yet or not, but the real work starts after you write your book is figuring out how to get it on paper and out in people's hands and sort of selling it. But Sherry's really excited and attending our Tuesday night sessions on a regular basis, and so I'm glad. And here's Kelly. Good to have you after Thanksgiving. Congratulations for making it back from your trip with family up north. And thank you for all that you're doing for your work in real estate, as well as for soil and water conservation. And I'm so glad to have you on board with us. Sarita, our senior member of the Academy, a Master 12 Associates, has been really busy with us, and with all the certificates we're going to be sending out after this session, she helps us with that. So I'm looking forward to working with Sarita doing that. And there's the Mayor of Clarkson, Jerome's with us tonight. Really enjoyed getting to know you better, Jerome, and more about you. Looking forward to meeting you personally and move forward. Thank you for your work with the Baptist men and all the other good things that you're doing in the community. Hope said she would be with us tonight. Hope is a registered nurse, works hard every day. She sends me emails at least a couple of times a week, and she works long hours and sometimes just can't make our sessions. But she's got a wonderful business started and well evidenced online, Life Elevated Wellness, where she's offering retreats and online sessions and all types of ways to help people deal with the things that people have to deal with health-wise and wholeness and wellness. So thank you, Hope. I know you're dedicated to helping folks, and we certainly appreciate you and know that God bless you for blessing other people, because you are a blessing in their lives. So the challenge is out to you to say hello to your classmates, and each week I'll send you an updated list of Facebook pages where each of y'all are representing what you're doing. Let me encourage you to go to the other pages and send them a message, say hello, become a friend, become a follower, and indeed have them do that for you. And that's one way to get your number of followers up at your sites, to get it moving. You got to put the fire in to get the heat out. So to make the investment, you got to get a return on investment. You have to make the investment in other websites following, and get people to be interested in you and give them something to be interested about. So I'm challenging you to stay in touch with each other. The whole purpose of the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates is mutual helpfulness. So that's what we're trying to do. So next week's going to be an interesting lesson, more interesting than maybe most of them, because we're going to talk about the generational thing. This old fellow's been in business for over 60 years, knew that, of course, there are a lot of age groups that we do business with, but when I put this program together earlier this year, doing the research on preparing the long haul presentations, the generational thing just kept coming up, and how important it is that we wake up and know that we have to be in tune with the different generations if we're going to do any business with them, because there's so many different ways that the different age groups approach marketing and doing business that we're just ignorant of it if we don't start paying attention. So we're going to have a whole session on that next week, and I think you'll really enjoy that. But today I'm extra excited because I got to go to over to James Sprunk Community College, where we had a small business pop-up expo and to see just so many people that had got their businesses started and used the services of the Small Business Center, and attended either webinars and or seminars that I do. So it was kind of like an old home week, going back and meeting family members that I had never met before, and just really special. So I want to salute the Small Business Center over there, Joy and Lynn, for putting together a great program. I didn't know it, but this is their third annual event. Kind of short session, not a lot of time involved, but there was a lot of people there, and for me, it was kind of like old home week. Let me just share with you, this is fresh now. This is today. Today I had a chance to meet Z and her husband from the Raleigh area, and all I knew that they were doing was trying to help veterans find homes, homeless veterans, and they're very serious about their nonprofit work. But I also found out they're also in the clothing business, and I got to get more information about that. They had a fantastic presentation there of different items that they were selling with slogans on it and screen printing and such as that. But just a wonderful couple, and so glad to meet them right there in Kenansville. Also, I got to meet Tina. Tina's from the Deep Run area. That's over close to Kinston. And Tina is all about cooking in her kitchen, preparing vegetables and fruits and sweets and jellies and pickled items that actually come from the farms right there in their community. She's not buying any of these products a long way away or just putting her label on them. This is stuff that she is cooking herself and preparing and selling as she's going along. I had a chance to meet her and look over those products. I had to leave early, and I couldn't go back and get some of these products, but I plan to figure out a way to get that done if I can find Tina. So good to meet her. And this is you're seeing pictures now of the actual show that was going on today. Had a chance to meet Justin and John LaPointe. Justin started attending webinars and seminars maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I got to meet him. And today I walked in, and he was the first person that said, "Hey, Mr. Carver," and got a chance to walk over and renew our acquaintance there and meet his dad, John. They're in the comic book business. Isn't that amazing? In the comic book business and doing a good job. So it was so good to meet them. This is Joy and Lynn. Joy is the director at the James Brunt Community College Small Business Center, and Lynn Murphy is their administrative assistant, who also manages and runs a commercial kitchen there. So it was good to meet them. Joy is an entrepreneur in herself again today, because she's a book writer, and has announced that her new book out is Firefly Trail, a children's book, and I'll do all I can to help her promote it starting next week. So congratulations to Joy, and good luck with that. Joanna Blake has been a member of the Academy for a number of years, and we got to meet her for the first time today. She does all kinds of screen printing and new work, technical type work for marketing, different items, Christmas displays, and the list is endless on all the stuff that she can do. And it was so good to meet Joanna, and just a wonderful lady. And she's from Chicopee, North Carolina. Very, very neat little community over in the eastern part of the state. And here's Dr. Becca in person with old Steve-O. And Becca's got her reindeer ears on, and so or antlers on. So good to see you, Becca, and thank you so much. That's a winning personality, a lovely lady that all of you would enjoy meeting, and looking forward to doing some genealogical work with her. If that's on your menu of things you need, you got somebody to work with. So, Becca, thank you so much for being with us, and it was a pleasure to meet you today in person, no doubt. So very few days can I go online that night and show you some of your classmates that are working on the same day. So that's the good thing about webinars. You can be almost live with it. So we've been talking about businesses that's been around a long time. First week we talked about Nathan's, the famous hot dog company. Then I introduced you to the Bright Leaf, North Carolina's own Bright Leaf, from the Bright Leaf tobacco leaves is where it comes from. This company's in Smithfield, another hot dog company. Then we talked about Stacy's restaurant, a small restaurant here in Dunn, and what she's dealt with and dealing with the goods and bads of doing business, having to make tough decisions. Next, we looked at a real small business, small in the size that it's very few people, not a lot involved in it, but it's got a long, long history in doing a good job of producing revenues for its owners. And I got a feeling they're going to stay right with it a long time, right there in Elizabethtown, the car wash, great folks to do it. So now I ask you, have you ever heard of Carly C's? Carly C's. If you've heard of Carly C's before, give me a yes or no over there, because in just a few minutes you're going to hear a lot about Carly C's. It's a very interesting company, and one that have been personally acquainted with for pretty much all my adult life. Our whole presence for this whole course has been to look at what are the little things, what are the main things, what are the foundation ingredients, what are the nuances of a business that can make it for 50, 60, 70 years when most businesses have a hard time struggling to make it up to 6 or 7 years in business. Now, indeed, the big box stores that are national type companies, you know, the trademarks, the blue stock type stuff, you know, they're going to keep around. But I'm talking about the private ownerships, the family ownership type things. A little different situation there. So what they're doing, the little things make a lot of difference. And that's what we want to see in this course is to lock in on what are the things that set them apart from all the others. My challenge to you is to always remember that these classes, and the small business centers in general, but these classes that we're doing online or in person, it's all about helping you meet your challenges. And the best way to help move your business forward is to share what your questions are, what your concerns are, what your problems are, and ask for help. Ask for a different opinion or whatever. So that's the challenge I offer to you. Not only to get involved with the homework and the assignments that I'm giving you, but to share back with me or with your small business center director how we can better help you, because we're indeed serious about helping you any way that we possibly can. In my series, or in your series that we're working on together now, we talk about networking, artificial intelligence, customer service, hospitality, and being in a league of your own. We're going to talk about these factors every single night, and we're certainly glad to be doing that. So let's move on to it and get into the lesson. So networking. Today was the greatest example, or one of the greatest examples of being able to network at the pop-up show over in Kenansville. Again, there was probably 50 or 60 folks there that I was able to chit-chat with, maybe as many as 15 folks that had been with me through the webinars or seminars. And actually, I feel like I'm a part of their business, a part of helping them get started all that we can, give them encouragement such as that. So I just noticed that Hope has come on board with us. It's good to have you. Good to have you, Hope. We've just been talking about you a little bit, and hope things are going well for you. So in chat now, what I want you to start doing is to say hello to each other over on the chat board, and to get to know each other. Know that every networking opportunity that you have is a good one. Make the best of it. Remember names. Give people something about you so they'll help remember you. That's how they refer folks to you. This is a bottom line beginning of creating Raven fan customers, and we want to do all of that we possibly can. So back and forth on your chat board here is an important and good way to do it. All of you give Hope a welcome. She's coming in. She missed us Tuesday night, said she was coming tonight, and here she is. So I know you're a busy lady, and so we're honored to have you on board. Looking forward to working. So learn to network every chance that you get and make it work. Question to you is, what have you done with AI this week? What have you done with AI this week? Are you using it? And as I've been seeing, it seems like every webinar we're having is, hey, this week I've heard more about it, and by golly, it just continues. I think it's going to become the #1 news item in the national news that's always mentioned, it seems like, in every forecast or every broadcast one way or another. So, my friends, if you're not using AI, If you don't know what you can do with it, if you hadn't tried at all, by golly, it's time to get on board or we're going to miss the train. The train is leaving the station. The AI train is on the tracks and moving forward, and it's coming past us. And let me encourage you, as I'm trying to encourage myself, to find time to learn more, get on board with it, and make it happen. Today, in class, I had a chance. Today over at the expo, I had a chance to ask Joanna what she was doing with AI, and she said, "Hey, I'm glad you asked, because just this week I learned something I could do on AI." So I basically went into it was maybe Chat GPW, and said something like, "I need a design for a Christmas ornament that includes," and she listed down what it included, and she said, in just a second, they sent me back an image, a design, and she liked it, and she used it, and was able to actually hand me a Christmas ornament with that design on it that had been created through AI. I was just kind of amazed. She said, and we can do this with anything. We can, this was a family picture or a picture of a pet that if you send to her, she could make you a Christmas ornament with personalized like that for, I think she said either $5 or $8. It was ridiculously low price. And this is just amazing to me that this is going on. So I see that AI can help folks in so many different ways. And I'm sure it can help you in a certain number of ways. And if you are going to be in a competitive business, let me assure you that your competitors will be into it. And if you're not, you're going to be left at the station as the train gets on down the track. So let AI help you as best we can. It's truly endless, and becoming even more so every day with the different things that it will be able to do for you, no doubt. Let's talk about some customer service secrets. Little things, just little things can make a world of difference. And if you use these and put them in your tool belt, it'll make even a more difference for you. And I like to say, and this is one of mine actually that I've been believing in for a lot of years. My dad taught me this. He said to me, he said, "Steve, when you're working with a customer, they have their expectations, and they're going to be weighing what they think of you versus other people they do business with. And at the end of the day, what they're going to remember is, did you come through? Were you really there for them? And did you give them what they wanted and maybe a little more? Kind of like putting a good taste in their mouth or a little bit of dessert to go with the main meal." He called it going the extra mile, so that's what I call it as well. So if you can meet the customer's expectations and then give a little more, then you're going to end up with a relationship, a positive relationship. Now, when I say give a little more, I'm not talking about give them money or give them more product or give them more service or that. I'm talking mainly about giving them more of yourself. Listening, caring, hearing what people have to say, and go the extra mile to help them achieve their goals. When you are trying to help other people achieve their goals, they're going to notice that. They will remember it. And you know what they'll do for you? You'll get that reverse action, which they'll start helping you as all they can too. Mutual helpfulness. The key to staying in business for the long haul is having relationships with your customers where you have a mutual helpfulness way of thinking about it. Give that some thought. See how you can apply it to your business. The incredible power of hospitality continues to roll on like a great big river. And kind of sinking this in. We talk about it every week, but now I want you to try to remember these hallmarks. That hospitality is enhanced when you remember to give those really energetic welcomes and introductions. Act like you're really happy, be really happy, and show it. Remember names. Repeat the names often as you're talking with someone. There's no better sound to someone than their own name. So just learn to make that a part of you speaking with people and having conversations and just remember those names. And it just goes a long way to helping make that relationship more meaningful. When you have a memory of what really turns these folks on, the smells or taste or sounds, certain things they like, their pets, their children's names, sports that they like. When you can remember the little things that are special with those individuals, and you bring that back, what you're doing is you're showing that person is that they are important to you. You're making them feel important. And that's all about hospitality, because it all adds up to making someone feel comfortable and at home when they're working with you. I want you to be in a league of your own. I want you to feel good about being in a league of your own. And by golly, I think everyone that's here tonight, that's on the screen with me tonight, I think you will be in a league of your own if you're not already. Because just in these few short months, we're starting to see more and more about each of you in the class. And this class that we have right here, right now, with Sarita, Hope, Sonia, Kelly, Jerome, and Rebecca. Y'all are special folks. I really appreciate you and what you're trying to do, and doing it together is a long way from it. So I'm telling you right now, you're something special, and you can be, if you're not already, in a league of your own. And I want to show you some folks that is in that same boat, and that's the Carly C's organization. Whether or not you've heard of them or not, I don't tell you this story because Carly C. and Joyce McClam, husband and wife from country, way down in the country, Sampson and Harney County, between here and Newton Grove, they're special people. They're both have passed on now, but their memories live on in thousands of people every day, and their names are mentioned across eastern North Carolina every day, thousands of times. Carly C. and Joyce McClam. Carly C. started out as a young man in a butcher shop, loved cutting meat. That was his dream to do that. He fell in love with the business in a little local country store and decided he wanted to do this for a career. So he started his own business in 1961. They rented a little place out in the middle of the country in Johnston County, right off Highway 242. Put in just a little meat market. It was basically a hole-in-the-wall meat market, and started bringing customers in with good quality meats, fair pricing, and excellent customer service, working himself to the bone as hard as he could, just him and his wife, get that little store started. And so he decided he needed a bigger place, so he rented a store over closer to Dunn, between Dunn and Benson, and rented the store so he could start maybe doing some grocery business and enlarging his meat market. Well, that was a pivotal point for him, a red letter day in 1962. He rented that business and got started, and business was just really great. But you know what? Business was so good, the landlord decided not to renew his annual lease, so the landlord could start his own business in that building. Yeah, he liked what Carly C. was doing. He thought he was going to retire, but he decided not to, and he didn't renew the lease, so he ran Carly C. and his wife out. And he started his own little grocery store business. They're trying to capture Carly C.'s business. So here's a little something to remember. Landlords are good for this. You caution. Anytime you're paying rent with a landlord, you always need to have in the back of your mind, you want to have some options to extend, renew your leases. You want to put that in your contract, because there's nothing to keep a landlord from saying, hey, I really like what you're doing here. I think I'm going to start doing it myself. They got that right. Whether you like it or not, whether it's ethical or not, it happens all the time. So get extension options whenever you're renting from a landlord. Well, in this case, like so many things that we're going to talk about tonight, it was a tough day. It was a tough decision that Carly C. had to face. He and his wife, they had to go out of business or do something different. So what did they do? They moved across the street and built their own business and started their own store. Still a very small country store, but they built their own business and started up. All of this without any financing. Everything was paying as they went out of their pocket. And it was tough for them, but the customers loved them. And I'm talking about people right here in the community I'm sitting in right here tonight. People loved going to that store, and they keep going to that store. So the business grew, and it grew, and in about 10 years, they built a brand new store in Coates, North Carolina, which is 14 miles from here. 4 years later, built a store over in Irwin, which is about 4 miles from here. So Carly C was up to 3 or 4 operations in just a few years. And we're talking about, when you open up a grocery store now, you're hiring 20 to 50 to 70 people, depending on how big it is. And then, you know what? Here comes left field in '84. That store that they built the first time burned up. I mean, just destroyed by fire, and they had zero insurance. So there's some tough roads ahead with all businesses, and this is a good example. This is a picture of actually when the fire was being put out, when the firemen were there and they were trying to push away the carts and save what they could. Well, they couldn't save the store. It basically was demolished, and they rebuilt it. I didn't have any insurance, but the community poured in, kept the business coming, kept working with them, kept spending money with them, encouraging them to stay in business because they had relationships. They had personal customer relationships that could see you through the times. Your Raven fan customers will see you through the tough times. And it did with Carly C. So they rebuilt. And that store is still there today. I rode past it yesterday, as a matter of fact. This is a picture of it. And it's still there. It's not a retail part of their organization now. They use it for storage and accounting and such as that. So they opened up a brand new store in Dunn later on. Still there. This is not a very good picture of it over on Highway 421, which is their second store in Dunn. I guess they are hiring probably 200 or 300 folks right here in this one community at this point in time. Long story short, 33 stores and growing now. 33 grocery stores and growing from that little country operation that was started out all over North Carolina and upper South Carolina. Carly C's is known as a first-class retailer of groceries, competing with the big boys, with the Food Lines and the other ones. This is their face on most of their stores you see now. So have any of you seen these? These are the Carly C stores. I want to tell you, just as a personal favor to me and one to yourself, go in and give them a try. What you will see different here is a down-home attitude. I think you're going to see a customer service and hospitality attitude at Carly C's that you do not see at most other places. At least that's the way it is in the stores that I've visited here. Carly C's motto and reputation way of doing business is, and they're proud to say it on their website and at all their stores, their primary purpose is to love and bless the communities in which they serve. So that's just plain talk. That's plain North Carolina country talk, that we plan to love and bless the communities where we are, and they truly do it, as far as I know, truly do it. But it's still first class. They compete with the big boys and do it really well. Notice in their Facebook website with 23,000, not 100, 23,000 likes and 24,000 followers. That's strong. That tells you that they're putting good content in their Facebook ads to keep people coming back, that follow them. What they're doing is following their sales. So if we learn as our own entrepreneurs in our own stores to get that kind of content to get people to follow us every day, what we're doing is keeping fresh bait in the water, which means you're going to get continuous business from lots and lots of people. This is letting the marketing that you're doing help people find you. That's what I try to teach, encourage, and Carly C's is a great example. 23,000 likes, but 24,000 followers. That's 1,000 people more are following than actually ever click the like button. That's pretty amazing, pretty amazing. They're also doing the home deliveries now, even more so than some of the large chain stores are doing. But their message is, and will tell you that their most valuable asset are their customers. It's not the store building, it's not the inventory, it's the customers. And I believe that is a commandment now for family-owned businesses, for individual-owned businesses. We have to consider that customer-first attitude and always be being friendly and courteous to keep people on board with us. So what is being in a league of your own? It's being Carly C. McClown, being Carly C. McClown and their son now, Mac, who's running the business. They are truly in a league of their own, and by golly, you can be in one as well. Adopt their policies, adopt the things that they're doing, and it's the little things that make a major difference. It'll set you aside as well. So listen to this. Visit Carly C's for yourself. Just kind of get into checking out what makes these people famous, what makes them work, so that they're doing it. As you start this journey, I want you to think about, and you probably are asking you, am I ready? Am I ready to make the big decisions that will help me take less big risk? And I don't know that anyone is ever ready for all of it, but as you grow and stay in business through the years, you'll learn some things that I don't share with you tonight so that you don't have to wait a long time to learn them. So let's get on with that. We got several talking points that we're going to talk about later on. Keeping this in mind, I know this all can't sink in tonight. That's why that handout I sent to you is going to be worth the time for you to keep, and on occasion read it and start making these strategies part of your way of doing business, and I know it will help you. Wisdom about keeping this business up and running. Understanding the pivotal points in business and seeing red flags. Understanding the diversity for generations for your income centers. Knowing that there's some common mistakes that all of us will make if we don't keep our guard up. We need a risk management strategy. It's just not something we talk about in webinars, but it's something that you've actually written down and thought about how it will affect your business. Now, I had a good conversation with Jerome a few weeks ago when he was sharing with me some interesting ideas that he was having about some businesses, Jerome, you were getting ready to start. And if you remember, I started asking you and sharing with you about what are some of the risks if you do it this way versus that way. This is what I'm talking about. Think about what you can do in advance to mitigate those risks. We got to learn how to jump back up and adapt after setbacks. There's no be setbacks. No matter how good you are, how well you do it, whether you're Carly C's and Joyce McClown, your building can burn down. Whether you're over with Hope and Kelly in the mountains, a Hurricane Helene can come through and just kill so many businesses in your area. Setbacks will come. We can't stop that, but we can mitigate the losses. And then be willing to say, hey, I've accomplished a mission here. I have met a milepost. Give yourself a pat on the back. You need to do that. You need to toot your own horn sometimes because no one else is obliged to do your marketing for you. When you get to a good point, a mission accomplished point, blow your horn, celebrate it, pat yourself on the back, and get ready to go to the next one. All this is the progress of keeping that wheel rolling to move forward and forward and forward. And it starts with finding the wisdom to stay on the path for success. How will we go about that? How will we go about finding this wisdom that I'm talking about? Well, it's a blended skills situation of intelligence, planning, a good understanding of your business, putting together a good team of employees or counselors or mentors. In other words, not saying I'm going to do this all by myself, because finding the mutual helpfulness to help your business stay in business is really important. Know that we're going to need to continually learn and continually adapt. And maybe the most important part is make sure we're going to stay alive, stay healthy, keep a good mental attitude, because in our businesses, if we're not here, the business is going to go as well. So let me just say right up front, the important key to long haul sustainability in business is looking after yourself and having a good wellness program, as Hope would tell us. Number one, really know your business. Before you jump into something, really know what you're getting into. Know what the finances are involved, the long-term finances. You don't stay in this business a long time? Talk to someone that's been there a long time and get a good grasp for what you're going to need to be doing as you go forward to prepare for your financial security. Understand your numbers. It's important that you know that you can make and sell this particular item for a certain number of dollars. Now, the real critical thing for the long haul is how many of these are you going to need to make and sell to pay your bills? And then you may learn that this product is, I can't make but so many of them, and I need to sell a whole lot more. So does that mean you go out of business? No. It means you learn how to deal with it, how to get other people to make more of them for you, how you might be better off to buy the products from someone else and then resell them so that the quantity of the numbers isn't that issue. It's how well you're marketing and how your financial situation is. And putting all this together in a long-term plan so it can come together. It's just not a one-off or a two-off. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's know your business in such a way to have a good idea what this business will look like as it grows. So you get the insight to bring that to you. Hiring the right people, either as employees or as assistants, whether they be virtual or not, is going to be very important. Delegating tasks, because you can't have a large business and create a good flow of money, a big flow of money, without having some assistance. You can't do it by yourself. So building collaboration and a network of support will be important to you for that long haul. As I've been talking about AI and other things, and probably next month there'll be something new on the horizon, let's be ready. This learning curve that we're on keeps on going. There's not a stop to the learning curve. Hasn't been for me since I was 12 years old. Every few days there's something more that we have to do, and that's life, right? That's the process of growing old. That's the process of seeing your company, seeing your business make it for the long haul. Your ability to make those changes and to work hard at it. And I guess I really appreciate what Becca was telling me today. There's just something new to do every day, and maybe something you've never done before, not really quite sure about how to approach it, but you know what we have to do? Roll these old sleeves up, jump in and see if we can make it happen. Sonia, I know that you're facing this every day with your types of business and the challenges that are coming to your industry with finding good help and securing them and making them feel safe on the job and in all the social and media things that are doing business with. I salute you. I know you're in a tough business, tough environment, and by golly, I know that you're up to it, up to the task. So learning and adapting to the situations that are coming our way are just really, really important to do that. Now, on the personal note, your personal emotional intelligence. And Hope, I guess you would probably be a better teacher of this than I am. Emotional intelligence is quite a challenge. Finding the empathy that's in yourself, dealing with it, and enlarging it if you can figure out a way to do that, because understanding other people's needs is a key to building a relationship with them to offer the very best customer service that you can, to suggest to them the best products for what they're facing and their needs. That personal touch has everything to do with customers feeling like they can trust you and being loyal to you, having that need to do that. Today, as I walked around and met, and for the first time, so many people that had been online with me, just like y'all are tonight, I was just so gratified to have that feeling like, and I already know you. I know you're a good person. We have shared conversations online. We've worked together. And having this opportunity to personally meet you is real. It's real. But you know what? It was real before. Now it's just better real. Take the opportunity to be yourself, to be, what do you call it, transparent, to the point that folks will feel good about trusting you and staying with you. People, if you have things that people need and things that people want, and they trust you and enjoy doing business with you, you'll be able to stay in business for the long haul if you have those things they need, because if they need them, they're going to get them whether the business is good or bad or the economy is good or bad. The personal trust will bring them to you and keep them coming back to you. And then as things get better and they have more money to spend or more impulses to buy things they want, you will be there for them as well. So do you see how all this ends up in a circle, a continuing circle to keep your business going? The things that we talk about here, having things people need and want, and having those relationships to keep them coming back, that's what keeps you in business. That's what keeps you in business. If you're sick, mobile, can't move, impaired, dead, your business is going to be all those things as well, unless you've got some really good people around you to keep it going. And hopefully you will have if that comes to be. But if not, now's the time that you think about taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're learning to identify and manage the stress issues that are causing you problems. Figure out ways to avoid burnout. That's probably another expertise area that Hope could help us with, avoiding burnout. That might be a good topic for a webinar. I might think about that and ask y'all to help me with it. Ask AI to help me with it, right? Find mentors that you stay in touch with and connect with on a regular basis. Find mentors that you stay in touch with on a regular basis. Figure out how to take care of yourself, and by doing that, you're going to help take care of your business for the long haul. I know this may sound like preaching. I don't want it to sound like preaching. I want it just to be an encouragement for you maybe to see things with a different vision that I can share with you. At my point on this journey, which is many miles down the road ahead of where you are on yours, I'm happy to share this with you, and I hope you'll take it in stride. I'm not pretending to be smarter than anybody else, but I've lived a life long enough to know what kind of stress that keeping a small business operating for a lot of years can bring on you. There's also joy, happiness, all the good things involved. There's going to be some bumps in the road too. Those bumps in the road are coming, and I want to tell you there's some red flags that will let you see them, and we're going to call those really important points in every business, the pivotal points in business. And very few entrepreneurs, especially almost zero young entrepreneurs, have ever considered this. And so when Joy Wynn asked me to put this series together early this year, and I started on it, I was so happy to bring this in because it got me thinking about what do I need to share with you folks to do that. And it comes down to this is all about an awareness factor. And bringing this to you tonight hopefully will help put a little light and help you have the awareness to help you do it. And I mentioned to you, Hope, again, this lesson tonight may be something that will help you and your clients in the work that you're doing too. So I'm happy to share it with you, and you use it any way you possibly can to help folks. But with entrepreneurs, with people in business and maybe other situations as well, there's three major pivotal points for entrepreneurs, in my opinion. This is my work here. Three major pivotal points that we all have to deal with. And you know what? A lot of people never see them, never deal with them. go out of business early. Never see them, don't know what happened, have to go out of business early. So you are not in that group. You are in the savvy group tonight, because we're going to talk about the pivotal points, and there's 3 of them. The first one is earning points. Earning, like earning money. What are the earning points for your business? Earning points are those points in time where you're making a certain amount of money, you're bringing in a certain amount of revenue, and it's doing well, but you want to grow. You want to go forward, and you have to make changes. That is the earning point, when you realize that you're going to have to make some major changes, some definite, tangible differences to grow. That's an earning point that you have to recognize and then do something about it. Add profit centers, add products, add more services, offer your customers more. Do more marketing to bring in more customers. Find ways to really charge up the different types of marketable profit centers. In other words, do something. Maybe you're doing well with your business, but it's not going to go forward, and therefore you're not going to be able to improve your income and grow your business. That is an earning point when you recognize it and start doing something about it. Other than just saying, I hope things get better. That's not going to work. Number 2, learning points. Learning points are when you know that, hey, I'm doing pretty good, but there's things happening around me that I don't understand. I'm just going to keep doing things like I'm doing. I'm not going to get a fax machine. I'm not going to get a computer. I'm not going to start marketing on the internet. I don't like that. I don't want to be on Facebook and have to deal with all these people. Yeah, learning points. AI, artificial intelligence, man, this is a good night to talk about it. These are learning points that we have to say, if I want my business to make it, period, and have a chance to grow on, I got to start learning this and do something about it. You recognize the red flag, which is the first good thing, and then that encourages you to activate your energy to learn these new things. Start the learning process. Make it happen. That's what we're doing. Turning points. Number 3. Turning points are indeed when you say, hey, this direction I'm going in is getting me where I got to go, but let me tell you, I need to make a change here in order to go to a better place. It's kind of like going down the interstate at 80 miles an hour and traffic 3 lanes wide, and you know, because you got an idea of where you wanted to go, that at some point in time you're going to have to get over in that right-hand lane and take the exit. But you kind of got to listen to the radio or having a conversation or daydreaming or concentrating on the traffic, and zoom, you go right past that exit. You missed your turn. Now you got to drive miles and miles and miles to get back to where you're going, or whatever. Waste a lot of time and money. That's a turning point that you missed. It's the same thing with knowing that there are important times in your business that you have to make turning points, that you have to change direction. Sometimes radical, sometimes a little bit, but the key is to have your radar on, to see the red flags coming at you, to say, hey, we got a turning point around the corner here. We got to have a turning point. So what are the 3 pivotal points? And I've got a whole webinar series. We talk about those. I'll be glad to share more information with you, but what are they? Earning, learning, turning. Let me ask y'all to write those 3 words down over in chat, or write them down on your piece of paper to help you remember. Learning, earning, turning. Know that these situations, be aware of, they are real. And if you don't take action on them, there's going to be problems. You're going to be set back. You're not going to grow at the points that you could. I wish someone had given me this lesson when I was 26 years old, and 27 when my dad passed away. And by God, I wish I had had someone giving me these lessons right then. It would have made a world of difference, I think. So I'm happy to share them with you now. They are just that important. And here's the rest of the story. Even knowing these pivotal points are coming along, and you make the decisions, two things are going to happen. You're going to have either a miracle of good things or just a cotton-picking mess. And it hopefully it'll be short-lived, but that risk is always going to be there. But it's worth the risk to have that good miracle. And I've had several of those to come along. Let me share with you one that's just kind of mind-boggling to me. My dad and I were on the airplane going to a dealer meeting for one of the product equipment lines that we were selling down in Atlanta. We got on the airplane in Raleigh, and we were flying to Atlanta. And on that airplane sitting, there was 3 seats there, and my dad, I, and another gentleman was in the seat. And the other gentleman was from Japan. And this is back in 1969. He was speaking broken English, and my dad loved to talk. It was a good conversation, so they started talking. And this gentleman had come over from Japan. He was the sales manager of a forklift manufacturer in Japan who was coming to America to find dealers, to get some type of dealer organization set up. And he had already met someone in Atlanta that had agreed to become a distributor. Well, we didn't know any of these people from Adam, but Dad got to talking to them. And before we got off that plane, he had learned who the distributor was. And we followed up in Atlanta. I had a dinner meeting with the distributor and the representative from Japan and became their first dealer in America for this TCM forklifts is named the brand. And we were just a little farm equipment business in Little Dunn, North Carolina, a town of 10,000 people, becoming a forklift dealership, which is unheard of. Usually forklift dealerships are located in metropolis areas. But we started, and we were a dealer for them over 30 years. As long as they stayed in America, we were a dealer. Well, I'll take that back. We went on to some other things before then, but 30 years we represented CCM, became their largest dealer in America, and set all types of sales records. And in North Carolina, had the largest market share of anyone in Eastern North Carolina because the miracle. One, we found forklifts that were affordable. Two, our customer base of farmers were just getting to the point that they were needing forklifts to handle fertilizer and produce and putting equipment together. So it was a change in time. Things were changing. And because we had that opportunity to network with the gentleman on the plane, took a large risk, took a lot of money on something we'd never sold before, had to find new finances for it, and got into the forklift business, and it ended up being a fabulous thing. We sold thousands of them. They're still out there running today. We've still got customer relationships with them, and it's just a good thing. You can do this too. You got to keep your radar open and look for ways to extend your business. But the pivotal points is what I wanted to focus with you on. Make them work for you. That is a time and a place when it's time for you to make a shift. And be really ready to do it. To do things better than you've been doing before. Each one of the pivotal points can make or break you and have everything to do with how well you're able to grow and enjoy freedom and service delivery and just a good longevity and sustainability in business. And if you're able to do this with several different marketable profit centers, you can see how it can really give you the stability to make a lot of money for a long time and have a lot of financial security doing that. Next on the line is talking about remembering that income streams are coming to you. But now you're going to be more savvy and more educated after tonight, knowing that you want to look at these income streams and determine what generations are spending money with you. Is this income stream coming to you from baby boomers or Gen X's or those in between? Because when you take it to that point, you're going to start learning how to market and present your advertising to these different generations in ways to help them come on board, because they are looking at things differently. They're doing things differently. And when we're savvy enough to divide up and get these target groups aimed with the right phrases and SEO terms, we're going to get a heck of a lot more business. Now, 5 years ago, I would say this is guerrilla marketing strategy. But today, because the learning curve for everyone is peaked, this strategy now is kind of like a must-do for the future, because so many people are learning this now. Well, the good thing is y'all are here tonight, and those people are maybe a year or two behind you. So let's get ahead of the stream. Diversifying your income streams is going to be crucial for you to make sure that your money's coming in from different products, from different people, and from different generations. We're adding the word "and from different generations" because that's going to say I'm smart enough. I'm in a league of my own because I figured out how to bring the different generations into my business. When you're able to know what your targets are, to have your business in a place that you can say, I got things that people want, they need. I'm doing what it takes to bring in new customers. I'm doing what it takes to bring in new daily traffic. I'm doing what it takes to generate repeat business. Also, I'm marketing for impulse sales and upsells and by the way and big ticket sales. Now, I'll say today, after visiting the pop-up market and expo at James Keenan, things that people want and things that people need. Well, I walked around there today and probably looked at over 1,000 different products that people were offering, maybe as many as 20 different services. And the things that people needed there, for me, was real low. The things that people wanted there were real high. So it was mostly, from my point of view, an impulse item situation. Things that if I wanted it and I had some extra money, I could buy it. But people younger than me, in the 4 or 5 generations younger than I was, walking around there, maybe looked at these things and said, there's a lot of stuff here that I need. I need this. And indeed, people of different ages look at things differently. Know this, so that as you're marketing what you are marketing, you do it in such a way so that you have the tone, the language, the vocabulary that goes around with the generations that would recognize what you've got for them and give it some thought, so that you can take an image like here on the screen and subdivide it for your generational issues to help your sales grow. We need to avoid common critical mistakes, and there's quite a few of them. And how do you do that? Well, just what you're all doing tonight. You prepare yourself. You do thorough planning. You have a comprehensive business plan. You do your market research. You set realistic goals and stay with them. Now, our lessons in January and February and March in the new year that we'll be doing, I encourage all of you to join us, really focus on these type issues, on the nitty-gritty nuts and bolts about how to get that business started, get your business plan and your budget moving forward, how to have a financial understanding about how much of this you need to sell to end up with this amount of profit and mix, reminding you never to mix your business and personal finances. Boy, that sounds good, and it's so hard to do. You know, when you're a one-woman show, one-man show, it's really hard to divide where your business money is and your personal money, because if your business runs low, we need to put some personal money in it. If my personal funds went out, I need to get some business funds over here to do it. I know all that. I do it all the time myself, but here's the difference. Keep up with it. Let your records reflect what's going on, because when you're pouring money into your business, now and they'll say it in different words, when you're pouring money in your business, you are loaning your business money. And you keep up with that. Because when you loan your business money, it needs to pay you back. And that payback coming back to you is tax-free if they're paying back a loan, okay? It's not just writing you a check that you're going to have to pay personal income tax on. So keep up with the money you're putting over in your business. Keep up with that. Additionally, as the business does better, it gets to pay you interest on that money that you have loaned it to get started, and that's a good thing. As your business pays you that interest back, that will be taxable income to you, but it's a write-off for the company, so it's a wash, so you get that interest money back, basically at no extra cost to yourself. Keep up with and have a great idea about what your volume needs to be in sales to meet your budget needs, and that's part of getting the budget and your business plan together. Setting up your business structure, the type of corporation, if you do need to be incorporated, is very important. 99% of every small business person that are attending my classes, generally an LLC suits their needs quite well. Sometimes it's different. Sometimes the accountant will tell you different. This is if you're going to have a broad-based business serving lots and lots of people with lots and lots of exposure, then you definitely need to talk to a CPA accountant and or an attorney. I'd go with the CPA first to get that advice and then move forward from there. Don't postpone it. You can get started as a sole proprietor without being incorporated, which is just fine. However, you may need to move forward right straight into starting a nonprofit or a for-profit business, but usually those can be LLCs. If you have particular questions on that, talk to your Small Business Center director, ask me the questions. I'll probably refer you to someone else or your CPA. Now, avoiding the big problems with and bad mistakes related to marketing, that really all gets back to having a structured marketing plan. Know up front what your goals are and how you help to get there and what your budget's going to be, remembering that prioritizing customer service is the key to everything that we do marketing. Let the customers know in that initial message that you're here to give excellent customer service and you're committed to it. The commitment creates the trust and gives you a chance to follow through. If that message isn't in there, it's a major mistake. It's a major mistake for small people getting started. And then back to what we'll talk about every time, prioritizing customer first in everything we do and being willing to adapt and change. We all have strengths and weaknesses. What is your weakest point to get started from here? Is it available cash to back you up? Is it time that you have? Is it lack of knowledge? Is it lack of expertise? Is it just not really knowing who your customer base is or how to get there? Well, this is all about, my friends, identifying what you need to know, and let's go figure out the answers. These webinars and seminars and training are fantastic for you. You may need some formal additional education or maybe not. The YouTube college may have everything that you need. But what most people don't have is the ability to say, I don't know enough about this yet. I need more information to be better at what I am. If I'm going to be in a league of my own and keep my business going on for decades, I need to be kind of smart about this and go do it. That would be a pivotal moment where you're having a learning curve. Okay, that's the example of what we've been talking about. Risk management. We all have risks to deal with. The key is to know pretty much what they are, to make a list of them, and then have a good idea how we can lessen our hurt, how we can not have a hurt locker with these things, but to be ready to deal with them, because they're going to come. as you roll on down the road with your business, the key here is don't wait. Don't wait to think about this. Let's make that list of what your most likely risks are, that list of your risk, and then, by golly, I'll put together a plan to know how we're going to handle it, what we will do, how we need to diversify to handle risks that are coming, to make those decisions. As you're seeing right now, what we're trying to do together is think about these in advance. Have a fort, have a defense to help us fend off number one, avoid number two, and then mitigate number three, risks that are going to come at us. And if we do this in advance, we're going to be in a whole lot better shape than just getting blindsided by them as they come. Let's talk about setbacks. And I've had mine. I've had just a whole bushel basket full of setbacks through the years, but I'm still here. I've had some that had me on my knees weeping from time to time. I'm still here. I've seen a lot of people have a little setback that really just put them out of business. And in hindsight now, I know in my heart that with a little bit of changes and a little bit of all this stuff we've been talking about tonight, they could have made it and maybe still be with us today. So we have to learn how to learn and adapt from our setbacks. Make a big difference, a big difference to do this. And so let's think about that. There's no big mistakes ahead, but we can take a negative situation and turn it into a positive situation real often. Folks that are going through health issues, serious health issues, I'm amazed with my recent trips to Chapel Hill and back with my wife Norma. Folks that what we all have to deal with from time to time, and it seems like how bad things are one day, how gloomy it seems like the things I'm having to deal with or see my family dealing with, it don't take but a minute if we open our eyes and look around, and all of a sudden we're saying to ourselves, hey man, things could be a whole lot worse. I don't take what I've got and deal with it because I know it could be a whole lot worse. That's helped me a lot. I don't know if y'all agree with that strategy or not, but sometimes that helps me get me out of my rut. I think I'm start getting into my own pity party in just a few seconds, try to get out of it by saying, let me look around, look over the top of this ditch, this rut I'm in, and it don't take me but a minute to see that things could be a whole lot worse. It's like the old fellow was complaining about his toenail hurting until he took a good look at a gentleman who had lost his leg. Yeah, things can get a whole lot worse. And in small business, same way. Counting your blessings, knowing that you are blessed with so many good things, to let your heart fill up with gratification because you are so blessed makes this little thing you're dealing with today seem minuscule. Yeah, it may last a day or a week or two, but I'll get past this and we'll be all right. Just hold on to those type of feelings. Put it in your DNA to help pick yourself up by the bootstraps, as we would say, because there's going to be some mistakes ahead. You're going to make some mistakes. Promise you. If you do enough work and make enough decisions, you will make some mistakes. Give yourself that leeway, but also give yourself the intestinal fortitude to move forward and take the action when you need to take it. Analyze the diversities that are coming your way. Embrace failures, make them learning opportunities. Resilience is the big word. Adapt and adjust is what it's going to take. Focus on your small wins and be proud of that. Keep the momentum going. Stay motivated, stay positive, learn from every encounter. I would say to myself through the years from time to time when I would lose a deal or have a week when it seemed like I just couldn't close a deal, it's just to learn and look back and say, well, look at these thousands of deals that we've been making all through the years, and we're still getting these coming in. Yeah, I'm going to lose a few, by golly, but I'm going to keep going up to the home plate and taking my swings. Talking about baseball. When you take your swings, when you're willing to keep going up to bat, you will get some base hits. Maybe sometimes we'll knock a home run. Yep, we'll strike out a time or two as well. It's all part of this game of entrepreneurship. Keep swinging, keep going up there. We'll learn from every encounter. Keep yourself in strong company. Surround yourself with people with a lot of strength. And you know what? These classes, working with folks like you, some of you are seasonal professionals, retired from several careers, have done really well. I get a lot of strength from you guys. I learn a lot from them. And when we can learn to do that with everybody, it's a good thing. I look forward to every presentation, mainly because I know that you're going to be here. And knowing that y'all are dealing with stuff every day just like I am, that gives me strength because we don't get through this together sharing good things. Being open to communication, keep this training going on, and to make it work. Now, the happy thing is to say, be willing to pat yourself on the back. Say, mission accomplished, mission accomplished, mission accomplished. Maybe a mission accomplished for you is to finish this course and get a certificate. Well, Sarita and I are going to be here for you. Maybe is to say, I'm going to do this homework and apply what I've learned tonight. Mission accomplished. I'm going to make it through my first year and still be in business. Mission accomplished. Be happy. Take pride in it. Entrepreneurs, a lot of them are out there, but a lot of them aren't going to make it, but you are, and you're determined to do it, and so you count your blessings every time you reach a milepost, time after time after time. It just tickled me if your whole house was wallpaper with the certificates that Sarita and I sent to you, because each one of those represent a mission accomplishment that you've done. Achieving milepost after milepost is what entrepreneurship thrives on. It's not making $1 billion. It's staying in business. Just the ability to stay in business, and we have the things that help you get through these pivotal points. The learning, the earning, and the turning points help you get through the big decisions and the big risks all the time. So have pride in what you're doing and enjoy continued success. Wave your flag, wave your candle, put your flare up there and say, I'm getting there and I'm making it one day at a time, and that's what's going to keep us all going on. Remember, next week, really good lesson. I think you'll really enjoy it. The generational thing, got a lot of good content in that. I'll be emailing you some special information about that. So I want to close tonight with taking time just to read this and to encourage you all to believe in it and read it. This is in your study guide. As we conclude tonight, let's remember we are doing important work. Building a business is not all about what we're doing, because opportunities are being created, problems are being solved, and the future is being shaped. That's why we're here. Believe in your potential to make a difference. Believe in your potential to make a difference, and let your passion be the guide and determination be your fuel. There's a greatness in you, my friend. There is a greatness in you, and you can achieve incredible things. Let's work together to bring vision to life, to bring this vision to life. It's a pleasure to work with you. God bless you all and your families and all that you're trying to achieve. So let your light shine these darker and cold nights to give you warmth and bring people to you. I want to tell you that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I am a sinner and I have to ask forgiveness every day. I think that He is working with me and helping me face each day at a time. I find renewal in that and hope that you will learn to be able to find a place that you can be redeemed and rejuvenated and renewed and energized on a regular basis. Be still and know that we can't do this by ourselves. So thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the program. I was just excited talking with my friends, and we'll love to hear from you before we sign off. Any comments?
Another great night. I enjoy my class Monday and Thursday. Tuesdays and Thursdays. I enjoy it. I learn something new every time. That's why I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays. I study on Monday, get ready for you on Tuesday, study on Wednesday, get ready for you on Thursday. I look forward to seeing you every day. I love it. I really appreciate you, Steve. I really do. It has been increased my business a lot, has given me a lot of confidence and able to go against people who've been in this industry for many years. I appreciate you speaking to me and telling us to make sure we always co-op with other people and work with them and learn to work with other primes and general contractors and whatever business everyone is involved in. I really appreciate it. It has really diversified my abilities and my capabilities on every level. I really appreciate you a lot. I thank you so much. I can't thank you enough.
You're too kind, Sonia. Thank you for being with us as well. And Hope, I was appreciate your notes over in chat, and so glad you were able to make it with us tonight. We've been missing you and pulling for you.
Every night. I was on the phone last too, but I was out working, but I was missing you. You just don't even know. I was like, oh, I got to have I walked around with the phone in my pocket. Everybody's listening, echoing.
I hear you. That's great. Okay, Jerome, Becca, Sarita, Hope, y'all have any comments?
Hey, Steve. It was great class. I enjoyed it. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine, Jerome.
Yeah, well, I'm inspired by you, so I'm going to be here Tuesdays and Thursday if I'm not in some other meeting.
Well, you're inspiring me as well. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All
right. Well, good night, everybody. Good night, John Boy, as the Walton say.
Good night,
John
Boy. Good
night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Good seeing everybody who was there.
You too, Becca.